Hi there. How are you doing? Well, I have been trying to come on and do a collective energy read for quite a while. I did 3 videos yesterday and I scrapped them all. Um, it just, the energy was just shifting so much. So I kind of tapped in again today and asked Spirit, if we could try to read on it today. And I'm understanding a little better about what I was picking up on. So I was picking up on things that were on the bottom of a specific deck. So I'm using the Wild Harmonic Oracle. And the card that came out, and I pulled these cards off camera because I like to read in the book for them. I don't always. This first card, I didn't have to. This is for sure. I understand it. So let's get into it. This is a collective energy. Taking a leap of faith, celestial of spirit, leap of faith. There are a great number of souls that are awakening and just surrendering to their path. And what's going on underneath is what I've been picking up on. We've got immune system, we've got heavy matters, and we've got free will. They're struggling with letting go of old patterns, things that they used to carry that aren't theirs anymore. It's like, it's just a changeover, is all that is. Um, it's just a changeover, trying to keep themselves happy, healthy, wise, integrous through the whole process. But then the next card was success. So things are going to work out fine. It's just, we see this on the collective level all the time. If it looks nasty on the collective level, you know that things are being churned up and brought to the surface so they can be released, seen the truth of whatever it is, and then released. So I love that Spirit explained and expressed that a little clearer to me, because I just, other than the the element readings that I got out yesterday, trying to tap into the twin collective, trying to tap in just the collective in general. It was like it moved and shifted so quickly. There was no grounding there. I couldn't ground myself. I couldn't stay stable in the energies. And that's how quickly things are changing. I know none of that was a mistake, but the messages that came through, they were just bouncing all over the place. And I, like I said, I trashed 3 videos, very lengthy videos yesterday. Careful, Fidget. She's scratching her. She got a cauliflower ear, and it's kind of hard for her to clean out, so I've got to do it. She's scratching it. Leave it be, Fidget. I know it bugs you. Anyway, so let's just keep going. So yes, definitely seeing that in the collective. Definitely feeling that under the surface. I feel like for the majority of these souls that are surrendering and trusting themselves, trusting that um, they're on the path that they're meant to be on, letting go of burdens. I'm trusting that um, this is definitely a majority. There feels like there's a lot of stuff clearing out of maybe the mind space, the mental space, the heart space, um, like old junk DNA being cleared out of the body to to improve the immune system. Some of them may be having a great deal of ascension symptoms, like flu-like symptoms, and as the body goes through that regeneration, you just take care of yourself. If you're going through this, you may be going through a little bit of a mini dark night of the soul as you surrender, as you release things in your life. That kind of, I mean, it's common that as we start seeing things from a new perspective as well, kind of like a hangman energy here, right? Trusting the universe is going to catch us and guide us in the right direction, and they are, but these are for souls who just haven't had a great deal of faith because they were taught that their responsibility was something much heavier than that. If that makes sense. Just keep going. They wanted me to use the wisdom of the oracle, which I thought was interesting because of the heavy energy underneath the deck there. I'm picking up on the heavy energy as well. But they want to soften things up here with this deck, they're saying. So, yeah, karmic release, big time karmic release. Really taking a look in the mirror and cleaning things up. Um, Treasure Island is saying this kind of the same thing to me as the trust, the leap of faith energy is. But right now there, so here we got round and round, clearing up old patterns. Some shit might be coming up that you thought was long gone, right? But it's heading you in a direction that's very calm, that's very emotionally soothing, and it's this is people are you're definitely putting in the time. This is going to take effort. This is going to take um, d- dedicated effort, is what I'm hearing. And I feel that the group that I'm tapping into, um, they've dedicated themselves to a path, and they don't know. This is like embracing the unknown and going for it, facing the fear and going for it anyway. It's not showing here, but I do have to say it that because through experience, when you shift your energy this much, I mean, this is a huge shift. You're going from all of this heaviness, carrying the weight of the world on your shoulder, thinking and believing that certain responsibilities are yours when they're not, releasing it, up, like pulling shit out of the roots, man, up by the roots, really taking a look at the heavy things that you've not wanted to take a look at before. And then you've got this energy. It's like totally night and day, right? That's why this is going on subconsciously. It's under the surface. Spirit is assisting in this um, to help lighten the burden. But when we go through our ascension process and our awakening process, it is very common that we're going to get pushback from people in our lives, the ones that are used to us being in one energetic mode, the ones that are used to us used to knowing what kind of reaction they're going to get from us. So there's going to be a pushback because they're not going to receive that same reaction. Instead, they're going to receive a response which is going to throw them off kilter. But that's not your responsibility. Take responsibility for your own stuff and leave other people's path, their journey, to them. It's not yours to carry. Somebody needed to hear that. You do your own work and let them do theirs. I feel like that's part of the realization that's going on here of, people are waking up to how they live their life and thinking, man, I've been doing all this for everybody else. What have I done for me? I've wrecked my body. I've exhausted myself. I've um, taken blame for things that didn't even have a hand in. It's just there's just so much going on. I mean, all of those element readings that I uploaded yesterday, every one of them was talking about a new mindset, aha moments, breakthroughs, and epiphanies. And it's just, that's definitely going on. I cleared the decks, I cleared the table, I cleared me. I just was like, and I kept getting the same energy through with different cards. It was just amazing how all of those progressed yesterday. And, that is, I'm feeling where, definitely a collective energy going on here. People are waking up and they're realizing they can't do the old life anymore. Yeah. Intuition, spot on. It's time to elevate. So many people are elevating right now. Yep. I'm hearing seeing what I didn't want to see before. I've got the camera setting a little bit higher than normal. Gotta make sure I hold the cards up high enough for you to see. Yeah, clearing a lot of karmic baggage, really going through. I'm hearing being dragged through the trenches. I feel like that's an old energy though. Like it might feel like you're being dragged through the trenches. There's something that's not being shown to you clearly, or you're not seeing it clearly. We'll tap into that in a moment. What else, Spirit? Yeah, Sun, success, new beginning, strength, getting your mojo back. That came out in one of the readings yesterday. Definitely feeling that. Magician. I love the center row. All major arcanas. 6 cards, 4 of them are major arcanas. Big time shifts. Really discovering that you are magic and that you have manifestation capabilities. And I feel like looking at the past, you're being asked to look at how everything had a purpose. I love that. Yep, Chariot. Moving in the right direction, man. Balance, victory. You got the High Priestess as balance, Sun. Victory, newness, like just a rebirth. And then you got balance again with the Chariot, if I'm reading downward. It's been definitely a shift. I gotta say, I'll probably be the only one on YouTube not mentioning it, if I don't. But those solar flares and the geomagnetic storms that we had last weekend on the 11th and the 12th, 10th, 11th, 12th, for sure was a shift in energy, a shift in timelines. Knight of Wands, time to take action, no longer being reckless, having tamed the inner distorted ego, having tamed that and found peace and strength and courage to do this journey. Some of you may not have wanted to see that you are on a spiritual path and that you are powerful. I can attest to that, being told all my life that I was nothing and that I would never be anything. That High Priestess has been something that's been whispering in my ear for a good year or so. And I'm like, me? I had to really feel into what it meant to embody the energy and the essence of a High Priestess. I was one in a past life, but I didn't have all this ego overlay that I've had to peel off in this lifetime. Where are we going? Heading right toward love. Splash. Emotional fulfillment. For some, for many actually, I'm hearing this is when you shift your energy, when you shift your mindset, when you dedicate yourself to this path, it opens up the opportunity for love to come in, maybe a new partner, very passionate, very balanced in their own energy, someone who's on the same page as you with that, magician, knowing who they are, knowing their strength and their worth and their value and their own manifestation abilities. Let's take a look at this Two of Swords here, Spirit. Not wanting to see, yeah, imbalance I'm getting from this card. Imbalance. Also, I'm getting, again, service, mission, not wanting to see that they have a bigger purpose here. I feel like who I'm channeling right now in this moment is somebody or a group of the collective who didn't see their value, thought that they had all these other responsibilities. They had to do this way, do that way, help this person, whether they were asked to or not. It was just they took on too much of the world, their own personal world, and they didn't see their value. Got a little nod here is again seeing the value of everything that's happened before this moment here, you know, um, just seeing how it's all fitting together. Again, that was a lot of the energy coming through with those readings yesterday for the mid-month messages, seeing how things fit. Yeah, higher power. Okay, so there are some pretty high, I want to say high profile, um, spiritually high profile connections coming in with this energy here. I'm for some, this is waking up to the twin journey where they perhaps once couldn't see or didn't want to see that they were part of a specific connection with another person and feeling like that other person was like way above them, like they just couldn't resonate. They didn't feel like they were in alignment with, like, for instance, the divine masculine feeling like they're not in alignment with the divine feminine energy, because typically she wakes up first. Her gifts are, on fire. They're opening up wider and higher and brighter, and she's glowing, and and the divine masculine has felt um not worthy of that for a very long time, many, many, many lifetimes. And now we have the divine masculine coming through as, the high priest, right next to the high priestess, coming into alignment. I feel like what this is saying to me, just like all those other readings, what you haven't seen before, those that solar activity last weekend is opening a lot of people's eyes and minds and hearts. Definitely had a lot of heart chakra activations going on. Um, I am feeling this um, weight on my back all of a sudden. It's been too heavy to even look at, Spirit is saying, for whatever this is, whether it's a twin journey or not, but just the aspect of them, whoever I'm talking to, the aspect of you being on a spiritual journey, the truth of that, the awareness of that. It's been a heavy thing for you to carry, and you've kind of battled it. You've gone back and forth, you've battled it. But I feel like it's thank you, Spirit saying, but it's important to say that you didn't give up. You kept going. Every time it came back, you looked at it I feel like now, though, there's work that's been done. You're also seeing that there's work that's been done under the surface. Most likely when you're sleeping, we do have a lot, going on when we're sleeping energetically, because that's when the ego is at its rest, right? And it spirit can get through clearer. You may not remember when you wake up, but your subconscious certainly does, because it's registering. And that's why all of a sudden there's this leap of faith going on, you know. Let's take a look at this Nine of Wands. Yeah, clearing a lot of karmic baggage, a lot of patterns, things that you just haven't wanted to look at before now. Yes, temperance, healing, wheel of fortune, because it's time. Yep, definitely healing, because it was time. It was long past due. I've been saying this for months. It's long past due. I think I've been saying it for a good year, if not, longer than that. But so we've got the sun, the strength and magician, newness, new energy, a new outlook on life. I'm hearing seeing yourself in a totally new light and realizing that you're a lot stronger than you've ever given yourself credit for, because you can look back and it's like, that, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, for sure. You can look back and you say, oh my gosh, I got through that. Well done, me. It's like, yes, celebrate those moments, celebrate those victories. You have done so much work, and you are doing, you know, more work, but now I feel you're awakening to the work that you're doing. It's like all the other work, it just felt like normal 3D existence. But you're seeing the purpose of it, you're seeing the benefit of it as well. I don't even know what I want to clarify in that middle. It's just, what can you tell me about this middle row, please? Sun, strength, and magician. Definitely with that sun card, the solar activity is bringing a lot up to the surface. Thank you. Yeah. May not be speaking about it, but things are definitely becoming clear. I'm also hearing, for many, you're struggling with trying to make sense of it, and spirit saying it's about feeling. The King of Swords is very unemotional. Um, he wants to use the intellect first and foremost. And now I don't know if it came out in the mid monthlies, or if it was the videos that all of them that I scrapped, that the same message kept coming through, especially for the twin collective. You cannot think your way through this. You have to feel your way. And I feel like that King of Swords is being shown where they're not in their heart space, male or female. It doesn't matter. It's just the energy of needing to be in the heart space. Just about bent that card right in half. um Page of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like, hey, you're getting a great deal of downloads. You may even be getting phone calls, just some sort of information, definitely messages from the divine, that maybe they may have been whispers before, but now it's like it's a yell, and it's like answering the call. This message is loud and clear. And you know the Knight of Pentacles, this night, he's in his heart space. He's very sincere. He's very loyal, and he's dedicated to the path. He's dedicated to doing it correctly. So he's going to take his time. He's going to be deliberate in his actions, male or female. Again, you know how I roll. Um, He's very grounded. He knows his worth, he knows his value, and he knows what he can bring to the table in any situation. Makes a good partner too. Somebody you can count on to be there, to listen, to make plans with. So this takes a lot of um, reining in of the, I don't know if I want to say reining in of that, though, Spirit. So Spirit's wanting me to say the reining in of the what basal urges. That's what I'm getting through. um, the animal instincts. So if this is a connection that there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of chemistry between you and another, Spirit is having you really tame that down, embody that passion. And this could just be about the passion of this new experience, because you can certainly, you're learning, especially if you're not feeling it quite yet, but you're learning to feel how the energy is picking up. It's quickening, but you're like, no, I've got to stay grounded in this. You can move forward with it, absolutely, whatever this is for, who in your experience. If it's a new job, if it's a new connection, if it's a new place to live, if it's a new, you know whatever, you can take action, but take deliberate action, because the energy will feel very quickening. You'll feel like you're being pushed by the energy. And that's okay, as long as you have your footing. That seems to be key here. Even when you you take the leap of faith, um, you have to be grounded in your faith, in your trust, embodying that, and that's kind of what I'm trying to get at here. I'm hoping it's coming across how I'm wanting it to come across, but yeah, I'm just seeing, like somebody wanting to rush forward into something, and Spirit's holding them back, not because it's the wrong thing to do, but it's just something you've got to savor, and you've got to, honor it's each step and each part of the process, doing it correctly, the way that your soul has come here to experience it. There is a little bit of a flexibility, that is needed here, yes, but then there's an, I guess I want to say embodied, for that groundedness. It's not like you're so rooted and grounded that you can't be moved. You can't you can't expand your mind, you can't expand your feelings or expand your life, because you can, because you are the magician, right? You're being given opportunities to create something new, but you can't just wave your magic wand willy-nilly and not care about where it's going to hit and where it's going to land and who it's going to touch. You have to responsibility. So there is a responsibility to all of this, and it's a responsibility to yourself. It's a responsibility to your soul's path. um, Integrity, that's the word I was trying to pull out of the ethers, and it just kind of dropped in. This is about being in integrity as you're going through this process, because it can, I mean, of course, if the distorted ego comes back out and you find yourself going down an old path, just acknowledge it. Don't beat yourself up for it. Acknowledge it. Come back to center. Come back to your embodiedness, into your integrity, and um, I heard something. I don't know who I heard. I think Lil's on sleeping in the bed. Okay. Anyway, don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. That was yesterday. Just lawnmower, um, rain, wind, uh, the energies. It was like constant squirrel energy. I was like, I couldn't rein myself in. But then once I did, I was able to better pick up on this, and it took a good sleep to do that, you know. So that's important for somebody or for the collective here. It's just it is important to stay grounded and stay true to yourself, man. Be responsible for the energy you're putting out there. Be responsible for only where you are waving your wand and the intention behind why you're waving that wand, and leave everybody else's responsibilities to them. They're not going to be happy, and that's okay. But you're being moved onto a beautiful new path here. The Chariot moving quickly. It will move quickly. I'm being shown somebody on one of those, what are they, moving sidewalks. You stand still on it, you can walk, but you're going to get there anyway. There's no reason to, just stand and enjoy the view while you're being ushered to where you need to go. Because the energy is gonna, it take that moment to take a breath, because the energy is gonna feel fast. It's gonna feel like you've got to do it now, or you get it done yesterday. Take action when you're being guided to take action. Otherwise, just continue to integrate, process, embody. For those that this is a counterpart coming in, it doesn't have to be. This could just be the energy bringing in all of your dreams, all of your wishes, everything that's going to be emotionally fulfilling, higher consciousness overflowing. Like I said, chakras wide open. So let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this Knight of Wands, please. Can you tell me about him? It's very charismatic, very passionate, very exciting energy. Eight of Cups. Moving you on to your destiny path. This Knight of Cups, this Knight of Wands may have just walked away from, I'm hearing the Matrix. I just walked away from a life, a 3D life that was unfulfilling. And now they're on this path, this divine path that I have a feeling they're like, yeah, I never in a million years would have imagined me being, even admitting out of my own lips to myself in the mirror that I am on a spiritual journey here. What else can you tell me? Ooh, thank you. Yeah. The Moon and Three of Swords. I feel like they're clearing up a lot of old wounds, and they were afraid to take a look at it. This is someone, this Knight of Wands is someone who was afraid of healing, afraid of looking at their shadow, but and they were walking away from that. For some, this is that energy. This is saying that this is someone who's, not everybody's going to go along on this spiritual journey with you. You're going to have to leave some people behind, and this is probably that energy that I'm picking up here. Is two ways I can look at it. This Knight of Wands is somebody who's just running as fast as they can away from the spiritual journey, not wanting to look at their shadow aspects, not wanting to heal their broken heart because they're comfortable there. And you know what? The only thing that we can do is we can love them through it, and accept that that's their choice that they're making. For others of you, this is someone who's running right toward their path. They were once afraid to look at their unhealed aspects of self, but they're doing it. And when they do, or they've already done it, either they've already done it or they're in the middle of doing it. And when they do, it moves them away from situations that they finally realized that they were unsatisfied in. They're just like all the boxes weren't ticked off for them, and they were underselling themselves. Ooh, that Six of Pentacles is saying underselling myself. It wasn't reciprocal. I I'm worth more than that. I I deserve more than that, and I want more than what I was allowing myself to have. Is what's coming through. So they're being moved very. I feel like they're being pushed on their onto their journey. Let's take a look at that chariot, and it's moving in a beautiful direction. Queen of Pentacles, King of Cups. Could be dealing with a water sign or an earth sign. Yeah, this person, because it's so what's moving fast is everything on the inside. And they're just trying to get a handle on their emotions right now, trying to take care of themselves through this process, get a handle on their emotions. But they're doing it. They're taking the action. They're not shying away from it. They're like I said in the beginning, facing the fear and doing it anyway. And look at the Page of Pentacles right on the bottom of the deck with this Page of Cups, seeing things clearly, moving themselves on a new destined path, manifesting like a badass here, because now they've got options. Now they've got options. Calling in the divine feminine's, aspect of themselves, or they're calling in a soulmate, calling in the Empress. Look at this. Okay. All right, so I do have a twin journey here. Um, yeah, releasing the past, moving towards something that has been in the works for 7 years, moving away from that. It doesn't fulfill me anymore. I've been getting this through for, oh my gosh, I've got to say probably a good 6 months, if not more. We've got the divine feminine moving toward the divine masculine. He's waiting. Male or female doesn't matter. You could be a female that's in your masculine mode right now, or dominant masculine. um, it doesn't matter. But this energy, birthing something new, knowing that I've got to get out of, you notice my throat, it's just, I feel like there's healing going on in the throat chakra. There's some truth that's being spoken here, with whoever this is that's moving in a new direction, taking only the knowledge that they've learned from being in the other situation, because it was a long time. It was a long time of disappointment, something that they needed to just leave in the past and go for that Two of Cups, because it's been waiting, and here's your divine counterpart right here, just waiting. Good, on their own, solid, happy, joyful, you know, in charge of their life, in charge of their emotions, in charge of their thoughts, ready. This could just simply be the integration of the divine feminine and masculine within your own self as well. So I love that that's coming out, but it's been, it comes in quick. Wasn't planning on the bottom of the deck, but oh, well. Take what turned over here. Five of Swords and the Lovers, finally making a choice to get out of your head, to do things that are better for you, no longer letting other people dictate your choices for love, your choices for your highest self, your choices for your aligned path. For many of you, this is love coming in, and it's not just going to be in the form of a partnership. It's going to be on all levels, because it's time. This is grounding grounding it into the physical now. this love that may have been just a spiritual connection here. I got a lot of cards in a tiny little space here. This may have been just a spiritual connection for quite a while here. I got 7 again. So it could be 7 years again. So that's coming up quickly. Or not quickly, it is coming in very loudly and clearly that the 7 year, there's something about a 7 year cycle closing that if you've been, um, for whatever reason, disconnected from a divine counterpart, um, things are coming back together because that counterpart has, they've awakened a while ago, but I feel like now they're finally, they've gone through the process they needed to go through. They're finally um, accepting the journey, accepting the path. Maybe not like you are, divine feminine, because the masculines, they don't always need to, they ground this into the physical, they do the work. They are very 3D focused, but I feel like this is like the integration of the 3D and the 5D and above, learning learning the divine dance, learning the divine dance of balance, of how to bring what was ethereal before into the physical and not rush it. I feel like I'm also getting there's some clarity coming through. There's like a new mindset about what love is for this whoever I'm tapping into. There's clarity coming in. It's like everything that was not love is being cleared out of the people's lives, and now they're learning, they're redefining not only themselves, they're redefining what love is, they're redefining what wealth is, they're redefining what sex is. What does it mean, you know to have sexual intercourse with a sacred partner? It's not like having sexual intercourse with a soulmate. It's totally different, because there's just, with a soulmate, there's too much distortions involved with that. This is clearing of the distortions, clearing of all of this mindset static. It just looks like going on. It's heavy. Whatever's been weighing the collective down is clearing. And spirit wants me to reiterate again, some, quite possibly many, 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 many of you will be going through some really strange and heavy ascension symptoms, like ascension flu, the frequency light upgrades that we get, FLU, flu, ascension flu, the tiredness, the unbalance, the ungroundedness. You get your feet out in the grass, get your feet out in the dirt if you don't have grass. I have a gravel driveway, so I walk out barefoot a lot. Get some grounding shoes, get a grounding mat if you can't do that, and so you can do it continually. Um, Take salt baths, if you feel like you got a lot of anxiety or depression and whatever's coming up for you, it's the nervous system feeling. It's actually, it's expanding. It's clearing out all the old, you know electrical impulses, and it's plugging in new spark plugs. Kind of, I'm being shown plugging in new spark plugs. When you change in spark plugs, um, I don't know why that's coming through like that. But there's being on the collective level, there is a reinvention of selves, from thinking and believing that you are not worthy of, or just not part of a spiritual journey, to discovering that and accepting and releasing and trusting and surrendering to the universe that I am on the spiritual path. I am a spiritual being. I don't know what that means, and that's okay. You may have abilities waking up, going through the ascension symptoms, heart racing, sleepless night. I mean, I mean, I could not even list all of the ascension symptoms that are going on. For me, waking up exhausted because I'm doing a lot of work or having a lot of work done on me energetically while I sleep, um, feeling the vibration in the body, throat, higher heart, and heart chakras being upgraded and activated, Alta Major chakra being blown wide open, um, upgrades to the crown and the third eye chakras. Um, some are receiving, I'm hearing, sacral and solar plexus chakras. That's the middle of your stomach if you're not familiar, and below the navel. Bringing in creativity, upgrading all of that. Some maybe the root chakra. I mean, it's going to be different for many, but those cosmic events, solar events last week were heart chakra activations. So you could feel like you're having a heart attack. Please, by all means, go get it checked out. But I can guarantee you 9 times out of 10, you're going to come back and doctor's going to say there's nothing wrong. And that's when you know that you're going through ascension symptoms. So just if you need to reach out, reach out. I'm, happy to talk with you, happy to do a reading for you. So, if you're interested in that, email is on my site, divinemessenger717 at gmail.com. Um, I'm here because not only have I been through the bulk of it, I'm still going through my own ascension. You don't just wake up once. There are multiple layers of this. And yeah, I feel a lot of you are realizing that for the first time, that there are multiple layers of this. But anyway, um, tapping into something different right now. Do I want to get a final card, please? Spirit says no. Oh, that's weird. I'm going to close a reading without a final guidance card. Your guidance: take your leap of faith, trust, surrender. Universe has got you. God has got you. Whatever you believe in, whatever word you put to it, your higher self has got you. You will not be steered wrong. The soul does not steer you in the wrong direction, contrary to what a lot of people have been saying lately. I've been hearing that on social media, in the spiritual community, and it's like, doesn't happen. The soul is love. Soul isn't hate. Soul isn't anger. Soul isn't distrust. That's all human. So you'll be fine. You'll get through it. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm really having a hard time not grabbing another deck to do a final card. So I'm gonna leave it there. I love you so much. So much. I love you. And I'm here for you if you need me. Take care. Talk to you next time.